If you're anything like us, you're really sad that the spooky season is over. But don't worry, with horror series like Cabinet of Curiosities, we can stay in the spooky mood all year long. The first episode of the series, directed by Guillermo del Toro and available on Netflix, is titled Lot 36, and it's a dark morality story with a horrible conclusion. In today's video, we'll help you understand the ending of this episode. First off, the ending was just crazy. It's possible that people who watch the first episode of the Netflix horror series won't understand how scary it is until they've gone through the whole of it more than once. In the first episode, titled Lot 36, Tim Blake Nelson, who plays Nick, is a racist war veteran who's desperate for money. He buys foreclosed storage units and sells the things inside to pay off a debt to organized crime. This is a questionable way to make money, but it helps him get by. Who are we to judge, right? Nick buys Lot 36 at an auction and is soon greeted by Emilia, a Hispanic woman who explains that her storage unit was accidentally sold to him. But he doesn't care and ignores her because he's a racist jerk. In the last moments of the episode, he releases a Lovecraftian demon from the lot and desperately tries to escape the storage warehouse before being overtaken by the monster. He finally reaches the exit but finds it locked. He screams out for someone to help him, and you see the Hispanic woman come towards him. But as he refused to help her, she padlocks the door and abandons him to face the creature alone. Well, we did say he'll get what he deserved. Next up, they found old, satanic books. In the episode, he also comes across an antique set of candelabras inside the unit, prompting the warehouse owner to recommend an antique dealer named Agatha. He decides to give her the most interesting items from the lot, including a seance table with a secret compartment full of books. These books have cover pages in Latin with weird pentagrams drawn on them. Roland, an enthusiastic collector of occult stuff, is the person the dealer contacts. The guy offers him $10,000 for the 3 books that he possesses, or if Nick agrees to go and look for the missing volume, the price can go up to $300,000. Going back to the lot. Some people might say that it was his greed that killed him in the end, because he obviously didn't have to go back. But it might not be as simple as it sounds. A mobster from earlier in the episode broke his car windows, beating him badly as well with a hammer, you guys. He wanted Nick to give him $12,000, which means that he had to make more than $10,000 to pay off his debts. It really seemed like he didn't have much of a choice, and let's just agree that borrowing money from mobsters is always a bad idea. Coming up, he should have done the right thing. Right from the start, our main character is presented with a moral dilemma. He's approached by Emilia, who tells him her sad story before he's attacked by the mafia and before he discovers the awful secrets of the storage container. Because the warehouse lost her eviction notice, she was unaware that Lot 36 was being auctioned off. So, she was still the rightful owner, to be honest. And since Nick acknowledges that her storage unit is stocked with sentimental things that he has no use for, he might as well have done the right thing by handing over the keys to her. Instead, he decides to be cruel. He actively avoids helping her, giving the excuse that no one helped him out when he got back from the war. The owner of the storage facility is eager to point out that he and Emilia had been through just as many difficulties in the past. That doesn't seem to affect him in the least. And then, we see him go through hell. Let's look at Roland's obsession with the lot. Roland plays an important role in revealing the horrible truth about the unit. He's obsessed with the lot, and to be honest, has a good reason to be. Nick needs to know about the unit's dark past before he can do something about it. The unit's first owner was a horrible Nazi war criminal who ran away from Germany and sacrificed his sister to the ancient books that the two had found. We find all of this out when the duo drives back to the lot from the dealer's place. The current owner's character arc depends a lot on Roland's claim that the demon can sense how evil someone is at their core, so this subplot is very important. Nick says that Roland doesn't seem like a good person, as he has a German accent and seems to know a lot about the previous Nazi owner, suggesting that he might be involved in something too. Roland asks him if his background or affiliations are a problem for him. The most unsettling part might be when he replied that it wasn't a problem for him. This shows he knows that he isn't a saint, setting the stage for what they will find out when they go into the secret room in Lot 36. Roland says that the demon inside can sense his evil and feeds off of it. Nick ignored the warning because he didn't believe in the occult and was in a hurry to get the book. Up next, Emilia wasn't attacked by the demon. The demonic figure seen at the end of the episode is a horrible mix of the dried up remains of the Nazi sister's body and a mass of writhing tentacles. The Lovecraftian creature on the show doesn't look like the kind of beast that would be stopped by something as weak as a warehouse door, but the demon stays put. Whew. The scary creature only goes after Roland and Nick, leaving Emilia alone. This is because Emilia isn't corrupted by evil, unlike the two men, so Emilia isn't useful to the devil in any way. Most of the characters in the episode are unpleasant, like the old Nazi and the lot owner. She's the only one who makes it through the episode. What's more, Roland knew Dottie beforehand. Roland, the mysterious expert behind esoteric literature, met his untimely death in Lot 36. Because of his accent and the fact that he knew about the lot's past, it seems likely that he knew the previous tenants. He was an expert expert on the occult, but kept his distance from the Nazis because he was afraid of getting too close to someone as dangerous as him. He also knew that Dottie's possessed body was dangerous, but that didn't make him want to stay away from it. Just by the way, he says her name over and over with sadness and love, which also shows that he could have been closer than he let on. No one knew what he planned to do with the books, but he may have used them as a bargaining chip to get Dottie back safely in exchange for a sacrifice to the demon. Following up, Emilia could have killed Nick. There was nothing about Emilia's actions at the storage facility that suggested she wanted Nick dead. She did keep an eye on him, but there was nothing else she did that suggested she wanted him dead. It was brutally ironic of her to lock him inside the storage container using the padlock that he had just returned to her, but it's possible that she was just trying to screw with him. Well, we support her in that. He deserved it. If she was aware of the monster and wanted the current owner of the lot dead, her extreme reaction to his treatment of her belongings in the parking lot was motivated by his actions. This is another reason that the demon let her go, because she was one of the few characters in the episode that wasn't malicious. Finally, the episode had Nazi undertones. The previous owners of the lot, the Wolmar family, made their money in steel and sold tanks to the German army during World War II. After the war, the family, which was originally from Austria, moved to the United States. But Mr. Wolmar gambled away the money, and the family was left poor. He was also said to have used his sister as a pawn in a ritual to get a demon to take over. She disappeared after that, so it's safe to say that it worked out for him. When Nick and Roland went back to the lot, they found a back door. Down in a small secret passage, the two found the last book and the remains of Dottie Wolmar. These remains were now taken over by the demon, but were contained in a summoning circle. He didn't listen to the occult enthusiast when he told him to be careful, so he shook up the summoning circle to get the fourth book, which let the demon out. Ultimately, it was Nick's greed and Roland's unknown motivations that set the demon loose. Not only was the episode really scary, but it also tackles real-world issues such as greed and lust. This is what made the episode so great. Nothing is more terrifying than a story that hits a little too close to home. That's a wrap for this video. Do you want to know more about the creepy episodes of the Cabinet of Curiosities series? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.